The secrets of Stalin's war machine.
Stalin's first and crucial error was to underestimate Hitler's appetite for conquest. On the 22nd of June 1941, 3 million German soldiers with 7,000 field guns and over 3,000 tanks lined up along the Soviet border, poised to invade. Stalin and the Red Army were caught completely off guard.
Nobody can really believe that Stalin was not aware of German intentions, or that he would not believe the massive amount of intelligence information which he got, even right down to the very day and hour when the German army was going to attack.
But Stalin had ignored every warning that had crossed his desk.
He had simply persuaded himself that Hitler was locked in battle with the British Empire, and he just would not attack the Soviet Union, another major power, at the same time. I think that he just could not bring himself to believe it. So all this intelligence was simply treated as misinformation.
Stalin paid heavily for this error of judgment. The Soviet losses during those early days in June 1941 were staggering. Hitler's blitzkrieg was sharp, effective, and deadly.
Most of the troops on the Western Front, especially in Belarus, had not been put on alert. So we lost more than 1,000 airplanes on day one.
In 1939, negotiations with Britain and France turned out to be unproductive, so Stalin decided to meet with Hitler's representatives. He invited Hitler's foreign minister, von Ribbentrop, to Moscow to march into the already devastated country. As the Nazis and the Soviets met, Stalin made sure the Polish nation wouldn't be able to... Adolf Hitler was focused and making his intentions very clear. First Austria, then the Sudetenland, and then Czechoslovakia.
Armchair and was deeply shocked. He literally jerked and asked, "Why did you come?" He thought they'd come to arrest him. He realized, of course, at that time that it was all his fault. He was to blame for what had happened so far.
That morning, Stalin went on the offensive. He turned to his generals.
He says to the Chief of Staff, Zhukov, "Where are the armies? Has Minsk fallen? Is the road to Moscow open?" Zhukov, toughest man in the Red Army, bursts into tears right there in front of him. And basically he says, "We don't know. We've lost control of the armies. They're in free fall."
In the face of the invasion.
Stalin was completely shocked that he had got this so badly wrong. And there were others around who clearly realized he'd got it wrong. They didn't say so very loudly, of course, but they clearly realized that he had got it wrong.
If Stalin didn't act soon and successfully, he would lose the war border, and at dawn on June the 22nd, 1941, broke through the Red Army defenses.
Went to Moscow, he said. "My father made sure all the houses are booby-trapped, and you will never enter the city." And the major replied, "We'll see about that."
But the truth was, Moscow was in critical danger.